Yeah. One time for Israel.
God says we can't shave our beard as Israelites because the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, your God-given name is Israelites. All right? God says a law that he gave you that Jesus Christ also kept. He kept a beard on his face until the day he was crucified. And he never got any cuttings in his flesh. Now, you got tattoos, I got tattoos. This was before I woke up to the knowledge of who I was. I was fooled by the American education system, thinking I was an African American, and all I knew was the Protestant Reformation and the daggone presidents.
You know,
all the white presidents. They taught me all about their history. I never knew nothing about myself because they've been telling me that the Bible was a religious book until I found out it was a history book.
That's right.
So now, with all that being said, knowing that we're Israelites, because you said that earlier, Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Yes, sir. Knowing that we are Israelites, that we God's chosen people, we set apart, we different in everything that we do. We the best at it. But we're smart, but a lot of the stuff we do, we use it for evil. So what is our purpose? Because that's a question I had. I don't know if you had it. The question what was your name, brother? Jason. Jason, okay, I'm Zakar, all right? Nice to meet you, brother. The question I had was, what was my purpose in life? What was I supposed to do? Did God just create me, push me out of my mother's womb to play basketball? Is that it? Am I just supposed to hoop? Am I supposed to be a rapper? Am I supposed to light up a blunt every weekend and go look for the hoes at the club? Man, is this all that life is about? It got to be something more than that. Right. So you know what I did? I said, Lord, show me the way. And this is what he showed me. Read that. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
You know.
And now Israel. And who? And now Israel. You see how God keeps saying Israel throughout the Bible? From Genesis to Revelation, you're going to read about the Israelites.
That's right.
But you know what happens when you go to church? They read John 3:16 and close the book. Right. And say, let's get them tires off and pass that collection plate. Turn on the music. And then the women start dancing like that.
That's right. Bring it out.
That's what happens. And you think that the Bible's talking about everybody because that scripture is kind of vague. And if you don't understand it, you'll think it's talking about everybody. But God is talking about the Israelites from Genesis to Revelation. Read that part again. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? Another way of saying what requires of you, what God requires of you. What's your purpose on earth? What is God's purpose for you on earth? God got the answer, but you ain't got to guess. Yes. Read it. To walk in all his ways and to love him and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy soul. He said, keep his commandments, serve him, love him with all your heart and all your soul. That sounds like a lot, but God makes it even plainer. He sums it up in the next verse. Read it. Verse 13, to keep the commandments of the Lord. So how do you love God? To keep the commandments of the Lord. This is the problem that we blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians get. We think that God's going to drop down out of heaven off his throne and stand right in front of you and say, this is what I want you to do.
Bring it out.
Do you love me? Keep my commandments. He's not going to drop down right in front of you and tell you to do that. He's going to send people that look just like you, and they're going to read his words out the Bible, and he's going to see if you filled with hatred or if you got the Spirit of God dwelling in you, understanding that this is God speaking to you through man.
That's right. Bring it out.
This is your purpose on earth, to keep my commandments. Go to 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Because everybody says they love God. God's not dropping down here and going to ask you, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? He's not going to ask you that. Right. He already told you how to do it. Right. Let's see. The book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For the Israelites. This is for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read. For this is the love of God. This is the love of God. I know everybody got a personal relationship. They love God on their own terms. God said, this is how you love me. Read. That we keep his commandments. We do what? That we keep his commandments. That's Hold on. You see how the Bible very simple to be understood.
Right.
You know what the problem is? We don't read it for ourselves. We don't know who the Bible's talking about.
That's right.
Once you understand that it's talking about blacks and Hispanics, the Bible's talking about you, the Bible opens up then to you.
That's right.
God said, this is how you love me.
Right.
I'm not there with you right now in the physical, so to prove it to me, do what? Keep his commandments. Keep his commandments. One of the commandments that the officer brought up was what? What did he just tell you a commandment was? You got to keep his commandments. One of them. You got to keep his beard.
That's right.
Genesis 1:26.
Bring it out.
Why? Why does God say, keep that beard on your face if you love me? Got a very specific reason for it. Read that. Genesis 1:26.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. And God said,
And what?
and God said,
The God that we supposed to love said this.
let us make man in our image.
In what?
In our image.
That's
So
right.
God gave you a
Bring it
beard
out.
on your face because of what? He made you how? In his image.
That's right.
So when you cut your beard off as a man, you don't want to look like him. Guess who you want to look like? The so-called white man.
That's right.
That shaves off his beard on his face.
Right.
He shaves it off with no problem, wakes up every morning and shaves that thing in corporate America. So guess what? God didn't make them in his image, he made you. He made us, the blacks and Hispanics, in his image.
That's right.
So he said, if you love me, you gonna do that. And when you do that, you gonna show me that you love me? Psalms 111 and 10.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
You show me that you love me, well then I got something in return for you. Because God ain't somebody that, well, you doing good all your life and he just gonna leave you on the bottom, out there to fend by yourself. He ain't gonna do that. He got something in return for that.
The book of Psalms chapter 111 verse 10.
Blacks and Hispanics, listen up.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
A good understanding have all they that do his
A
commandments.
good what?
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
So God said, if you do my commandments, show me that you love me because I made you in my image, I'll give you the understanding of my words.
That's right.
You'll find out your purpose here on earth.
That's right.
I won't leave you out there by yourself to wake up every morning, what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to get into today. No, you got your purpose.
That's right.
You know what it is? Isaiah 49, 5 and 6.
Bring it out.
Because all of us brothers right here, we asked that question and God gave us the answer. Now we wake up every day with purpose in our life.
That's right.
That's why you see us out here right now trying to show you your purpose in life so you can have a reason to wake up every day and not just wait until either some gangbang or robber comes through and rob your ass.
Right.
You get locked up by the police.
Right.
You impregnate 2 or 3 baby mamas and you just live until you get old enough to die. And then you look back and say, what did I do with my life? And it's nothing. This your purpose. Read it.
The book of Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 6. And he said, it is a light.
Read it again. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And now saith the Lord that formed me,
The Lord that formed you, the Lord that created you in your mother's womb from your father's sperm, that called you Judah in the Bible. You know what Judah means? No, that ain't what it means. That's the slave name they gave you.
That's right.
Judah means the praise of God.
That's right.
That's what you are. God said, when I formed you in the womb, I chose you to come from the so-called African-American slave name. That's what we know now. That's why we say it. But God said, I chose you to come out of the tribe of Judah, young man. I formed you out of your mother's womb, created you for that purpose. Read on.
and said the Lord that formed me from the womb to be his servant.
To do what?
To be his servant.
That's your purpose, to serve God. Now we're going to get more detail on how you serve him.
To bring Jacob again to him.
Jacob's name was changed to Israel. It says bring Jacob again to what? To him. Your job every morning you wake up, brother, is to bring the 12 tribes of Israel back to God.
That's right.
Because we are people that walk around with no purpose. We want to, I'm going to go back into the world and be a stripper.
Right.
I really don't like doing that. Let me try to get into a rap career. As a man, selling drugs, that stuff's too dangerous, man. I ain't trying to do that. Let me try to hoop. Damn, I ain't tall enough. My jumper ain't good enough to be in the NBA. Well, let me try football. Ah, dang, I ain't fast enough to be in football. Let me try singing. I can rap. Let me try singing. You wake up and try things over and over and over again. But God says your purpose as His servant is to do what? To bring back again, to bring Jacob again to Him. Your job is to learn this Bible, learn your purpose, learn the laws of God, and bring His people back to Him.
That's right.
That's why we here. That's why we studying. That's why we talking to you right now. So maybe the light turn on in your head, and then you gather with your brothers, and you figure out, how do I go out and do this? How do I come into my purpose as a man? Read on. Though Israel be not gathered, we scattered all throughout the four corners of the earth. We scattered everywhere. We not in our homeland. Our homeland is not the West Africa. It's not Nigeria. You know where our homeland is? What was your name again? Jason. Where's our homeland? Israel. Exactly right.
That's
So
right.
wait a minute. If there's people in Israel right now, what does that make them? Ooh, good question. I see you look. I don't know, because there's people over there call themselves Israel right now. They say they the Jews. Well, let's see what God says about them people. Look like that, but claiming to be you. Let's see what God says.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation.
So God said, I know the works. I know what you're going through. I know the tribulation, the hell you catching here in Miami. I know that hell you catching. Read on.
And poverty.
And what?
And poverty.
Who is more poor than the blacks and Hispanics as a nation? You name one people that's more poor than us as a nation. Nobody. We are. Where is that at? In Venezuela. I don't know if you know what's going on in Venezuela right now. You know? Over there in Venezuela right now, they are starving as a country. The whole country's bankrupt. For a loaf of bread, it's like $60.
Puerto Rico.
For a loaf of bread. Puerto Rico is in $77 billion worth of debt. You know that, don't you?
I just came from there.
She just came from. Are they suffering over there? Are they doing bad?
They're doing very bad.
The Bible's a true book. God said, I know what you blacks and Hispanics are going through. I know the poverty you in. Read on. But thou art rich. He said, but thou art rich. Well, it don't look like we're rich as a people. So what's he talking about?
It's better to be.
God is saying that if you endure, keep my commandments, the kingdom of heaven is yours.
That's right.
You just got to endure until the end. You got to do what I tell you to do while you're here suffering. And if you prove to me that you can have a little bit of riches in poverty, I'll bless you with great riches on top.
That's right.
But God can't entrust things to us if we on the bottom and we damn, what you call that? We know how to make a fifth turn into an ounce, all that type of stuff. Come on, God ain't going to give you true riches because He knows if you get them, you'll be a nigga.
You could be rich and have
He can't give you that. So you got to change your ways, change your mentalities. Read on. He said, but thou art rich. The kingdom is ours. Read.
And I know the blasphemy.
The what?
The blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Hold on, Jason. Hold on now. I ain't the smartest man in the world, but I got some comprehension. Ain't no black person on this earth walking around saying that they the Jews. As a nation, we don't do that.
That's right.
When you came up here, you said, I'm an African American.
Right.
So God obviously ain't talking about us. He said the people that say they are Jews are what?
And are not.
But are what?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
That's right.
They
Bring
the
it
house
out.
of Satan.
Right.
You know why? Because they done took the nationality and identity of the real people of God.
That's right.
While we was over here serving slavery and the land is not ours, white folks moved in when we wasn't there and said, ain't nobody around here? Shit, we the Jews then. And you couldn't do nothing about it because in 1944, we was over here suffering the what? Black Cold, 1948. we was over here going through black codes,
Right.
Jim Crow,
Right.
separate but equal. We was just trying not to get hung down here in the deep
Right.
south of Miami.
Right.
While you was just fighting for survival, they moved in and said, we the Jews now.
Right.
And then all the world said, yeah, y'all the Jews. We'll ride with that loud.
Jewish.
They say we Jewish. Right, like your shirt. Your shirt ain't all the way red. It's kind of reddish. It ain't really red. So they telling you who they are and they name. We not the real Jews. We
Right.
are Jewish. We something like the real people. And you know what the something is? They try to keep the commandments of God.
That's right.
They really don't do that. But they're impersonating you. Go back to Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Last scripture, you coming up, Officer Severus.
Bring it up.
We going back to what your purpose was. We found out that it was to love God, keep his commandments,
Bring it out.
bring his people back to them. But you gotta first learn it. And if you love God and you say that you'll keep his commandments, then he'll begin to give you understanding.
Right.
I saw
Where?
this guy he was filming in Israel, and it was supposed to be where they buried Jesus and also had the first supper within like a block from each other, which was impossible, right?
He's talking about the, he said it's maybe the last supper or something. Well, he couldn't know where they buried Jesus. Okay, they know that, cool, but Jesus is well in heaven right now.
Yeah.
So that really don't mean nothing. What's the question you got, sister?
Okay, I'm asking, I'm looking here. At the
Yeah, come over, brother. Let me answer hers real quick, all right?
Okay. I'm looking at the 12 tribes of Israel. I see a lot of us here.
Right.
My hopefully soon-to-be stepson is Haitian.
Okay.
I'm right on top. My father's Puerto Rican, my mother's Cuban.
Okay, so
And I have a nephew that's Dominican.
okay, so according to the Bible, all of them are Israelites.
Right.
Okay, and your God-given name is Ephraim.
That's right.
God don't call you a rich port in the Bible, because that's what Puerto Rico means. It means
Right.
rich port. Can't be rich port. Puerto Rico's what right now? Are they rich or poor?
Poor.
They poor. So that
They're
name don't
poor.
even fit you. You can't call yourself Puerto Rican. God calls you Ephraim because Ephraim means fruitful bow.
That's right.
Y'all got a lot of kids, don't y'all? Big families, right?
I think I am.
See? God know what he's talking about.
Baby.
Twin babies. God know what he's talking about. He named you Ephraim, and y'all have a lot of kids.
Bring it up.
God named the so-called black man Judah. He said, you the praise of me. Because guess what? You know what God looked like in the Bible?
A white man.
Huh? No, he don't white. He's black man.
No, I see another black man.
Daniel 7 and 9. What's your question, bro? You're in the language. What's your question real quick?
What is John 20:21 read?
John 20:21. Okay, we'll get it here. What's your question with it? Do you not know, or is this trying to prove something?
All right.
I'm asking you.
I'm trying to prove something.
Okay. You got a Bible?
Not on me.
You got
I
a phone?
forgot it.
Got a phone? You got one right
I
there.
forgot it.
All right. Let me see. 20:21. Okay. It says here, then said Jesus to them again, peace be unto you, as my Father has sent me, even so I send you.
Yes.
Okay. What's the point behind that?
The point behind that is whenever he was talking to his disciples, saying that whenever he got casted into the earth and he resurrected, he's saying, I was sent to the earth, you as well are going to be sent there too.
Hold on, where did you see that? He said, Jesus said to them, peace be unto you, as my Father has sent me, even so I send you.
Yes.
They don't say into the earth.
Here,
God,
I'll show you.
God sent Christ on earth to teach the Israelites. But we're going to show what God looked like real quick. And then we'll come back to that. Get your point right there, because I don't know if that's what you want. Daniel 7 and 9, what God looks like. Judah means the praise of God. Let's see why he called you that.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
God, his name is also called Ancient of Days, because he was before days. He created the first day, second day, so obviously he was already before that. He's the Ancient of Days. Read on.
Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head, the what? The hair of his head.
Now, guess what? We're about to destroy Christianity right here that teaches black people and Hispanics nobody ever seen God. Well, it's about to tell you what he looked like. Read.
And the hair of his head, like the pure wool.
Like the what?
Like the pure wool.
Who got pure woolly hair on earth when they don't put perms in it.
Bring it out.
So-called who? We do.
That's
So-called
right.
black and Hispanic got woolly hair too.
That's right. That's right.
So, I'm not the smartest man. I ain't never seen white man walk around with pure woolly hair. Never seen it. And guess what? It got its color in there too. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 26. Now you got your point? You got your point? What's your point, brother? Jesus get her done. Jesus got her done. So you believe in Christ. Okay.
Matthew 12:40.
Go ye, what does that say? Matthew 12:40. You read it for me, brother.
As therefore as tares are gathered and
As tares are gathered and burned up in the wheat and tares, right? You know that's a parable?
in the fire, so shall it be
In the end of days, right? And when you read down, in that, it's talking about the angels coming to gather the righteous from the wicked and separating them. That's what the angels gonna do. Now I don't know if that's your point either. Keep looking, brother. Give me that in Matthew chapter 1, Ezekiel 1, and verse 26.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 26.
Now we getting the color. We just read that God got woolly hair. Now we gonna get his color.
And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man.
So we just read in Daniel 7 and 9, it said the Ancient of Days did sit. He was sitting on his throne. That's what a king do. A king sits on his throne and he tells everybody else what to do. God tells the angels what to do and they do it down here on earth. So this is God sitting on his throne. Read on.
Verse 27. And I saw as the color of amber.
The what?
The color of amber.
What color is amber, sister? Not red. It ain't red. What color is amber? You brothers know? Brown. It's brown.
That's right.
Oh, mine is.
Amber is brown.
I'm thinking of a daughter.
Oh, okay. Oh, your daughter. No, not your daughter, Amber. We talking about the actual color.
Okay,
It's brown.
I learned something new.
So God sitting on the throne is a so-called what? He's a king, but what's his color?
Brown.
Brown.
That's right.
Guess what? The ink on your arm, what color is it? The ink on your arm. The ink on your arm, what color is it? Deep breath. The ink that's in your arm, the tattoos, what color is it? It's black. The ink in your arm is black. It's the only way it shows up. What color is your skin? Read that part again, verse 27.
Bring it out.
And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire around the belt within it. From the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loin even downward, I saw as it were the appearance of fire.
That's talking about God. Ezekiel 1, verse 26 and 27 shows you the color of God. They read that and said, heck no, we can't let these niggers and Hispanics know that God is black. They might have some self-esteem and come together as a people.
That's right.
Tell them God's white, and if they don't accept it, kill them. And that's exactly what they did. But God calls you Judah. He made you to look just like him for a reason.
That's right. That's right.
So what's your purpose again, though, Jason? I want to make sure you understand it. To keep what? There you
That's
go.
right.
That's your purpose on earth.
That's
Learn
right.
your history, because it's a history book. It's not a religious book. It's a history book written in metaphors so the people that had you in slavery couldn't quite understand it. But in the last days, God was going to pour his spirit on us to decipher the code that's in it. You see how we're going from here to here to here to there? You only do that when something's a puzzle.
Right.
God has put the spirit on his people in the last days to put the puzzle together so they can come back to him.
That's right.
That's your purpose. You found your scripture yet?
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.